welcome to Netflix Movie Review. How are
Yay!
you? How are you, Felina?
Meow, meow,
Oh,
meow.
awesome.
So good.
That's good. Yeah, we haven't been taping in a while, so now we're taping again, and this is wonderful. Well, if you're holding up your cat, I'm gonna hold up one of my new pets today. Look at this.
Oh,
Isn't he
that's
pretty?
cute.
That's my froggy. That's my red frog. I actually painted him when I used to do ceramics years ago. And
Oh, thing over. I think he decided he wanted to try some cat food.
oh, well, he's cute. So you've got a bunny and a
Yes.
cat. So that's amazing. There you go. We're all set to go. And we just have to warn everybody. You seem to freeze every once in a while. So, but you if you keep talking, I guess we can hear you.
Um,
Okay. So today we're reviewing two movies. And now the first one I'll do here is called Home Again. Okay, so and I figured you'd love it because it's your least favorite genre, romantic
right.
comedy. And I love to torture you, but you know, it's part of the perks of getting older. You can torture your friends. So Home Alone, it's really cute because Reese Witherspoon,
Yeah.
she is really adorable. And this was done in 2017. Yes, everybody, it is a romantic comedy. And it's just got a great cast.
Rom-com.
Huh?
It's a rom-com.
Yeah, I give it more respect than you do. I call it a romantic comedy, but I do that because I like this one. Because I always put that tongue in your mouth. Now that froze. You look pornographic. I'm going to read my report, and I can see right now you're causing trouble. So I'm going on speaker mode to calm you down for a minute. Um, now, when the 40-year-old mom, who's played by the charming and delightful Reese Witherspoon, who still looks like she's 20, celebrates her birthday by going out with her friends. And oh my goodness, they go out like in the old days where you party and everything, like I'm sure Helena Katz did a lot of partying back in the day. So they went out, and certainly there's a bit of a twist in there because she meets a group of men like half her age. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Let me say, I'm going to put this back on so we can watch Felina because I know what Felina would do. Felina would think that was wonderful, wouldn't you, Felina?
Yep.
Yeah, I
My
mean,
thumbs up.
yeah,
Two thumbs
partying with younger men keeps you young. You're a living testimony to that. So, Um, the reason this is nice is I love Candice Bergen. Candice Bergen plays her mom, and she pops into the picture, and she's an actress, and so it's Reese's father was a filmmaker, so it creates a comical situation when her husband, who's not yet her ex-husband, shows up, and she's had these guys living with her. So, as far as romantic comedies go, I found this quite enjoyable, and I give it a 3.5 finger rating. Let me get my hand here. Okay, so I gave it a 3.5, which I don't know how to break that in half, but you get my drift.
yes.
So there, Felina, I'm giving it a 3.5 rating because so while you're talking to your pussy, tell us, what did you think about it?
Well, um, it is a rom-com and obviously not my favorite genre, but it was kind of cute. Um, Alice decides to move to LA, back home where she used to live, from her ex, who is her estranged husband and lives in New York City. And she takes her two daughters with her. Um, so yeah, Alice, and she's kind of depressed, but she gets together with her friends, and on her birthday she goes out to a bar and they're drinking, and these three guys are at the same bar,
Of
and
course.
they that of course filmmaker trouble. So then these three guys are filmmakers, and they're actually trying to get somewhere in filmmaking, and they've been making the rounds, but they're having, problems with that. So they end up hooking up just with Alice and her three friends. And wouldn't you know, they end up going back to her place.
Shocker.
what a what a surprise! Yeah, shocker! What a surprise, huh? Who would have thought they would do that? Anyway, they're all drunk and they wake up in the morning and find that they're still there, and yada yada yada, as they say in Seinfeld. So things move on, and it kind of escalates because Candice Bergen comes over, and I love Candice Bergen. She's
She's
great.
amazing.
Yeah, she was really good in this.
Yeah.
And Candice was married to her dad, who had died, and he was the big filmmaker. So now they're all, kind of staying there at Candice, whose name is Lillian in the movie, at her suggestion. And then they get kind of, interested in each other. Alice and one of the guys are just really getting romantic. So there's your rom-com part of the deal.
Is that when you
And
leave to go get your popcorn?
well, no, because he was really cute.
Oh, okay. So he held your interest because he was good looking. That's good.
And they were pretty good actors.
Yeah, I really did enjoy it. Yeah.
For a change, yeah, for the, like usually it's not really, they're just kind of like there'll be somebody awful in it. So anyway, they had Michael Sheen, who plays her ex-husband, they're just separated. He decides that he's had enough of this, and he knows that there are guys living in the guest house, and he's thinking, I better get my butt out there instead of hanging out in New York and see what the scoop is.
Yeah, he got jealous.
So he ends up causing trouble. There's a big fight and everything, but anyway, it all ends up, hunky dory. And big twist is that there is a twist there.
Yeah. Well, let's not give that away. Let's give them a reason to see the movie for themselves, Sam.
Right. Yeah. So it was cute and well acted. But I give it 3 cattails.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised. Well, but for you, for romantic comedy, for you, that's very good.
Yeah.
I have to
It's
say.
predictable. That's all.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really cute. And that woman, I don't know what Reese Witherspoon is doing, but she does not age. She has a daughter, and her daughter looks just like her, and she looks a little bit younger than her daughter, and they're both adorable. So whatever she's doing,
it's that fresh faced Midwest.
Yeah. And that's why once I saw she was in it, it just pulled me right in, and she just is charming. So I gave that a 3.5 fingers, and our little Felina Cats gave it 3 cattails. So again, it's a Netflix movie worth seeing if you're in the mood for something light and fun with a little twist at the end. It's a fun movie. It's a fun one, so it's worth seeing. So our next one, Sam, I really, a very Merry Christmas. Now, the whole time I was, well, of course, this is directed by Sofia Coppola with Bill Murray, because she always has Bill Murray. She loves Bill Murray. She works with him in everything, and He's
lost in translation.
Yeah. Now this, the whole time I was watching it, I thought it when I first looked at it, because that must have been before I was finished with my eye surgeries, but I thought it said a very Merry Christmas. And then I watched the movie, and while I watched it, I said, that doesn't seem like a good title for it. When I look back, it wasn't. It was A Very Merry Christmas. And that made more sense, because this one, now Paul Schaefer's in it, and George Clooney, and what it is really a star-packed movie. There's a lot of stars in it.
Yeah, they're not doing much of
Yeah,
anything.
but the premise of this is that he's supposed to have a TV show in a special apartment he has, and there's a horrible snowstorm, so they can't do it. So what
Hmm.
unfolds to me, this is my opinion, Sam, is it's a fun and simple story of people coming together just to celebrate Christmas. Now, I'm not usually one, I have to tell you this. I don't know if you know this about me, or I don't know if you care that you know this about me, but I'm not a musical fan. I like music, but I like my kind of music, but I'm not a big fan of the music. It has to be something like West Side Story, Phantom of the Opera. Those are my favorite musicals. But generally speaking, I want to see actors act and not sing stuff a lot. But
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, it kind of takes me out of it. But this one, watching people take a really a situation that's uncomfortable and not what they expected, and they're disappointed, and to turn it around and to come together, they just had a good time, and I loved it. And another thing that was really cool about this, Sam, do you agree with this? Their singing voices were very real. You know, it's not like you had all people that were superstar singers. They were just, a lot of actors aren't super singers. They just sang in their real voices. And to me, Sam, that's what made it so charming. That's why
Yeah.
I liked it so much. So I would actually give this one a 3.5 finger rating too, because, and again, the ending is a little bit of a twist there. It's a little bit not what you expect, but it makes it worth seeing. If you want to get yourself in the holiday spirits, this is probably a good movie to watch. But Sam is shaking her head. But remember, what do I always say, people? Let me put myself on this so I can get a close up of me saying this. Felina is only a cat. Her brain cells go only. So see. So
Yeah.
it's worth. I know she's going to give it a 2 or something, but trust me, it's worth seeing. So Felina, you're still entitled to your opinion, although God knows why. If you do fairly well, I'm going to give you catnip. So tell us how you thought about A Very Merry Christmas.
Okay. Well, this was a very strange Christmas
We're off to a
movie.
good start.
Yeah. So Bill Murray is stuck in his penthouse with Paul Schaefer, his musical director, and they're having a party, but it's supposed to be taped for a network TV special. With and he invited like tons of huge celebrities like George Clooney, Maya Rudolph, Amy Poehler, just like everybody possibly that he possibly could actually, and they can't show up because they're snowed in. So he has the blues. Not only does he have the blues, he's like really kind of depressed about it,
Yeah, he is.
and
Yes.
he goes around moping and drinking and kind of acting like, oh, I'm so sad. I don't know what to do, blah, blah. So, anyway, I mean, who would have thought that there would be a snowstorm on Christmas Eve in New York City? Is that
Yes,
like,
that was
come
quite
on?
the surprise. I
Yeah,
agree.
surprise snowstorm on Christmas Eve. How many times was I in the middle of one? And it was giving his voice was giving me the blues. So anyway, he runs into an unsuspecting Chris Rock while he's coming inside the hotel, and like, oh boom, they chat for a second or two, and all of a sudden he convinces Chris Rock to sing Christmas carols with him. And Chris Rock has the worst
Reluctantly,
voice,
very reluctantly.
very reluctantly, and reasonably so, because his
Because it
voice.
was not your kind of movie.
It was his voice. I like Chris Rock; he's
Oh
funny.
yeah.
And so anyway, then he finds a bunch of others, and they have a power outage, and everything seems to be going wrong. But he convinces everybody to kind of like party anyway, whoever is there in the hotel, their staff, but they get together and somehow they all pull it off. And Maya Rudolph sings, which it was great because she's really good.
Yeah.
But then he passes out, and the real fun
Don't tell
story.
the end.
No, I'm not going to tell the end, but as corny as it was, I did kind of enjoy certain things like the performance by Maya Rudolph and Miley Cyrus. So I give it two cattails, one for Maya Rudolph and one for Miley Cyrus.
Did I
Meow.
call your shot or what? What did I say? You were going to give it a 2. I know the way you think, cat. So
Yeah.
you gave it a 2.
Got it.
Cattails.
You got it.
Yeah. I know my girl. Hey, and I gave it a 3.5. So, but again, I think that everybody, I always recommend see it for yourself. A very Merry Christmas. If you like Murray, you'll love this. And it's again, I just liked it because it was different.
Yeah.
It wasn't like knocking it out of the ballpark even for me, but it was different, and it just made me feel kind of Christmassy. And because you lived in New York, I lived in Jersey, so I don't know. Lately, I've been in the mood for snowstorms, I guess, because that's why I've been gravitating towards Christmas movies. But just to divert, before we go away, I just want to mention this because I just have to mention Squid Games to everybody. Again, it's a series. It's a 1-season series, but Squid Games, you watched it, right? Right, Sam?
I watched most of it.
Okay.
I'm not finished with all of it yet.
Yeah, but I just want to mention that I had no plans of watching it because when you see their costumes and the trailer, it's what kind of movie it is, that utopian stuff, which I don't usually like, but they're making them so interesting. So I watched it. And
So
it's
cool.
just a real horror story, and it certainly tops the Hunger Games. So if you thought the Hunger Games was really scary and you like those kind of
I
movies,
like the Hunger Games.
yeah, it's either your cup of tea or it's not. And in my case, once I started watching it, I couldn't stop, to be honest. And what now? Hey, Sam, you would think, right, that 1 season of this would be enough, right?
Yeah,
No, they're making a season 2 of the Squid Games.
that
So,
figured.
yeah,
It figured that they would do that because of the popularity,
yeah,
and it's like a cult thing now.
yeah. And it's like I said to you, I was pulled into it, as horrible as it was,
Yeah,
because you know what happens? These writers create really good characters.
yeah.
And that's where they pull you in, because if you can relate to anybody, you're pulled in. It used to be horror was just for the sake of horror with a lot of stuff. But
Mm.
you get real, I got really drawn into these characters, and that's what compelled me to want to watch it. So while it
Yeah,
is, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there'd really be no reason to watch it.
Yeah. So sometimes I divert and I do something different like that. But now, even though it's a TV series, if you're looking for a TV series to watch, the Squid Game is something that might interest you. And if it doesn't, watch one episode and then watch something. So I see that you're now petting your cat, and here's my froggy. He's going to say goodbye. Yeah. Look here. You want to give him a kiss? You want to kiss my frog, Samantha? He's
Sure.
see?
Will you turn into a prince?
I don't think so. I tried it. It didn't work. But there you go. Well, everybody, that's the best we can do. So
Yeah.
for now, we are just going to say goodbye for the Netflix movie reviews. And we'll see you again next time. So enjoy. And everybody I think Thanksgiving might be over by the time you see this, but we hope you have a nice Thanksgiving and a
Yes.
good Christmas. I want to mention that now. So, okay, everybody, here's a kiss. We love you. Bye, Felina. Have a good day. Okay. And you, Kitty, keep out of trouble. See you next